Hi guys! For the field trip project, I decided to go to Basket Books and Art. It is an independent bookstore that stocks a curated selection of contemporary literature. It also has an independent art gallery. Immediately upon arriving, I noticed these sculptures that resemble stop signs. One of them even had "Stop" written on it, which I believe was made through a mischief. One theory I had was that these signs were put up to intrigue the public, stop, and take a look at what was inside the building. What I liked was that it did not have the word "stop," which reminded me of the second lecture where, despite it being written in one language, the symbol is being communicated. I translated this as "everyone is welcome." The doors have a check and an X symbol that represent the correct usage of opening which door. Something easy and simple. Right when I stepped in, I was captivated and felt transported to another universe. I love visiting local bookstores, and Basket Books perfectly enhance the art and literature environment together. A little bit about it: the bookstore was opened in 2002 by partners Laura Hughes and Edwin Smalling. Hughes is a writer, educator, and native Houstonian who taught at NYU, teaching literature, theory, art history, and cultural studies. Smalling is a visual artist. The front area consists of art-related books, including art writing, photography, films, and artist biography books, as well as zines and magazines. I was enthralled by it all. The couple share a child together. They have what I presume is their child's artwork placed around the bookstore, which to me represents playfulness and comfort. In the corner of the store, they offer children's books. As you walk around, you start to notice art hung up on the wall and sculptures placed between the shelves. Some of the artworks are from local artists, and you are able to buy some of the art. The art adds a nice touch to the bookstore's atmosphere on the first level, which I perceive it as preparing the viewer for the upstairs art gallery. From art to the books, it all blends very well. It creates a domino effect of ideas and inspiration. As you step in, you are surrounded by books. Books signify knowledge, culture, symbolism, and ideas. Art also holds similar meanings, and having a gallery within the same space is a bonus because you're able to practice and cultivate more discussion. I would like to focus on these pieces. They were from a previous exhibition the gallery had titled Hotbot. It is a collaborative drawing project based on a surrealist parlor game called Exquisite Corpse. Smalling selected a total of 120 participants, about a third of whom are based in Houston. He initiated a long-distance form of Exquisite Corpse using the United States Postal Service. Each artist received a kit containing 3 envelopes, each with a strip of blank paper, postage, and instructions to adhere to the rules of the game. Mail their artwork to another artist, and finally back to the gallery. Now, I would like to show you a clip from the MoMA, How to See an Exquisite Corpse video.
In 1924, André Breton, who was the ringleader of the movement, published the first manifesto of surrealism. The surrealists were always trying to access automatism, something that wasn't ruled by their brain or their logic, but arose from the unconscious. The paper's not precious. This example is ripped out of a notebook. There is this sense of immediacy, of maybe lower stakes, all of which would go toward the freedom to not overthink. You can see how, okay, we've tried it with pencil, let's try it in color, let's try it with collage, what would that add? Let's shift to the horizontal, how does that change things? How is a body like a landscape? You have some things that are tiny, you have some things that are oversized. In a single body, you're never sure, like, is this an animal? Is this a monster? You have like a clear female body part, but then you have things that are totally alien. Because the exquisite corpses were made in these collective sessions around the table, they express a sense of community of artists who might not have been as recognized earlier on, especially I'm thinking of the women artists like Remedios Varo, Valentine Hugo. This is a period that's sandwiched between the two world wars, right? And surrealism comes as a response to the destruction of the war. The practitioners who are making them are using them as a way to bypass logic and reason. We, as art historians, are using them as evidence. They mark a time and a place where certain people were together, and then for all kinds of reasons, history, personal reasons, fallings out, those communities disperse. And so this is really a record of a social history.
Before learning the backstory of the artworks, I noticed random combinations. I tried to sew together what the images were conveying. I felt stumped because it was not making any sense, but I persisted in theorizing. It is interesting how we still manage to create a story. The purpose of the game is to work together to unlock creativity and explore our unconscious minds. I believe this would be a great game to play with your students. Now we move on to the themes. Something I picked up from the bookstore side is that it champions the female gaze, showcasing narratives that center women's perspectives and experiences. You'll find a diverse collection of books exploring social equity and advocating for a more just and inclusive society, from thought-provoking essays to captivating fiction. Basket Books offers a curated selection of books that explores the complexities of gender, race, and movements. It was refreshing to see an array of themes in one place. By providing this to the community, it constructs a safe space for conversation, empowers marginalized voices, enhances cultural life, and strengthens bonds. The couple told Glasstire in an article, "Our goal is to offer a unique context in which art and books can commingle in exciting ways, opening up alleyways of conversation. We aim to provide a space for creative and intellectual exchange through our inventory and programming, and to offer Houston's diverse arts and intellectual communities something for the mind, a portal to the world of art, writing, and thought writ large." The bookstore hosts a variety of events that promote fruitful discussion, from meeting writers, having performances, reading with authors, and film screenings. Their upcoming event is a reading of poetry, The Mistaken Place of Things by the Mexican poet Gabriela Aguirre, translated by Laura Cescaro Eglin. Now let's tap into the art gallery. As I approached it, I immediately saw the table with pencils and was very intrigued. I am fond of galleries that allow collaboration with audiences. I realized it was, for a cause, a drawing session with artist Jamie Sterling Pitt to sit in solidarity with artist friends and family affected by the fires in LA. They encouraged the audience to contribute any donations to the Grief and Hope Fund. It was a nice time. I took a moment to reflect, sitting down to draw. It was a tiny escape, a chance to get creative amidst a busy life. The artist also provided a unique experience. There was a tape recorder, and everyone was welcome to record their own water sounds. The purpose is to accumulate a continuous strain/flow of water sounds. I was too shy to try, but it is a very fun idea. Having the community join and connect our voices. I would love to try this with my pre-K students. This can be a valuable lesson that is essential for raising awareness about our environment and how we can affect it. The gallery has presented 6 exhibitions so far, and just like their book selections, their gallery also follows the same themes. It is all interconnected. Their last exhibition is titled Watery Domestic. It was on view from December 14 to February 2nd. It features 7 artists who closely work in Central Texas and Gulf Coast region. Stating the description from the gallery, the title borrowed from the 90s era indie rock album whose first track is called Texas Never Whispers, is redeveloped to describe the all-persuasive atmospheric condition of Houston. Ever humid, damp, even when dry. Sprawling mass amidst permanent gurgling din. Presenting different individual concerns within the various practices of the artists were here gathered. The shared and inescapable environmental state serves as a rivulet trickling through the work. The piece that most represented Houston's humidity for me was this work. These objects were placed inside a humid plastic bag, and I can just feel the stickiness of a hot, muggy day that we so beautifully have here in Houston. My overall thoughts here amidst the canvases and sculptures, conversations ignite, interpretations clash and merge, and a deeper understanding of both art and literature is cultivated. It's a space where you don't just observe, you participate, you question, you connect. It's a haven for thinkers, dreamers, and anyone seeking a richer, more immersive experience with the arts.